Becky Lynch had some big comments she just made, so we'll see what she's talking about. We'll also check out what's new for Dominik, the Judgment Day, and more. Starting things off with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day is one of those extremely slow-burning long-term storylines in WWE. You don't get much payoff right away, but you can see a lot of potential for payoffs deep into the future. Of course, the biggest future story there that everyone can envision is the return of Liv Morgan. Liv is rumored to return in early 2026. So that's how far away that program is from happening. But once it does happen, there'll surely be a lot of story to pull from there. Will Raquel still be loyal to Liv Morgan, or will Raquel be closer with Roxanne Perez by early 2026? Where will Dominik and Liv's romantic relationship be at in 2026 as well? Is Dominik loyal to Liv, or will he be up to his usual ways there of being dirty and slimy? There's a lot of payoff that will be happening with Liv's return in early 2026, so still lots of time to build that up. No rush at all if truly Liv is months away from returning. The other storyline for the Judgment Day that continues to slowly build is Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio. Before Liv went down, Dominik versus Finn actually looked like it was on the fast track of happening, especially with WrestleMania 41. Dominik won the WWE Intercontinental title by pinning Finn Balor of all people in that fatal 4-way match. So right off the bat, that gave Finn Balor some motive to be enraged with Dominik's title win. Finn had spent several months chasing that title and was unsuccessful, but Dominik comes right in and not only wins the title, but he pins Finn for it as well. So definitely seemed like something was building up there. And in the weeks after that, we saw a constant reoccurring thing where Finn will just smile in front of Dominik's face. But behind Dominik's back, Finn seems furious and was always glancing at the Intercontinental title that was on Dominik's shoulder. Then, in several matches after WrestleMania 41, Finn Balor acted like he was trying to help Dominik. But there were some instances there where Finn was pretty much sabotaging some of Dominik's matches and screwing him over, more than actually helping. So considering all that was happening there, a lot of fans thought that would be the direction that they go in. Finn screws Dominik out of the Intercontinental Championship pretty quickly after WrestleMania, causing Dominik to have a short reign and causing the split to officially happen. Finn Balor gains full control over the Judgment Day and remains heel, while Dominik would be heading into the babyface route against Finn Balor. That's what it looked like was heavily on the way during the spring, but when Liv went down, it surely looked like the brakes were pressed for that whole Finn and Dom story. The pacing for it definitely slowed down after that injury took place. It seemed like the second Finn won the tag team titles again, that appeared to apparently take care of his hunger for gold, and he was no longer eyeing Dominik's title that much. But in current day, there is a new conflict that's being teased and hinted at. This week's Raw once again featured more backstage moments of El Grande and Dominik Mysterio bonding backstage. Dominik completely abandoned the Judgment Day towards the end of the night, just to hang with El Grande instead. The Judgment Day notices that Dominik is missing, but they find him standing there with El Grande. Dominik can be seen speaking Spanish, asking El Grande what he thinks about whatever it is they were talking about, and El Grande says he will think about it. That's when the Judgment Day comes up and Finn questions Dominik on what that was all about. Dominik's explanation is simple. He said that he was just making sure the Judgment Day always stays on top. They all walk away, except for Finn Balor, who's looking a mix between angry and confused. So we didn't get to hear much of the actual deal and offer, but it sounded like Dominik is offering something to El Grande, and that's what El Grande is currently thinking about. It's sounding like Dominik is trying to create a serious affiliation between the Judgment Day and what El Grande has going on. Remember that El Grande is no longer alone. He now has 2 henchmen with him. So if Dominik strikes a deal with El Grande, that could get the Judgment Day some serious backup with those 3 men. So Dominik is trying to make big moves there for the group, but that's not sitting right with Finn Balor. Finn probably doesn't like what Dominik is doing because it makes Dominik look like he's a higher ranked member of the group. Dominik is going around and making big deals, as if he's the leader of the Judgment Day. And Finn has the right to hate that because we know Finn is sort of obsessed with being the leader of the Judgment Day. That's why he kicked out both Damian and Rhea from the group. And when Liv started contesting him for the control of the group, Finn wanted her gone too. So every time someone contests Finn for the leadership role, he wants them gone. And that pretty much is what Dominik's doing right now. Finn views what Dominik is doing at the moment as contesting his leadership. And that's going to cause some issues there for sure, telling by the history of what's happened every time Finn feels contested. So you can see the shift right there in the story as well. It started off as Finn being jealous of Dominik's Intercontinental title win and always having his eyes on the title. But it does look like that story is shifting over to a power struggle narrative between Finn and Dominik. Again, it could be slow burning, but they are waiting for Liv to return before doing explosive twists for the Judgment Day. So it may be a while before we see any payoffs, but that seems to be the direction that's being teased. And the big criticism from fans that the Judgment Day story has faced in recent memory is that everything going on with the group feels a bit repetitive. Roxanne's story mirrors Liv Morgan's 2024 story a little bit too much. So fans are hoping for a big twist there, and for it to not be as simple as Roxanne steals Dominik from Liv. And similar idea here if they're going to do a power struggle between Finn and Dominik. You got to be a bit careful there because you don't want a situation to feel too identical to the power struggle between Finn and Damian from 2024 as well. So that's something that fans are talking about, that the current Judgment Day storylines can feel a bit too similar to what we saw in 2024 from the group. But everyone hopes to be proven wrong there for a big twist to take place. As far as the next move for Finn Balor, Finn can surely enter his usual gaslighting mode and try to ruin the offer and deal that Dominik has in place with El Grande's faction. We also have to assume that Finn's screwing Dominik out of the Intercontinental title during a title fence is still an option on the table as well. So it may be a bit away, but surely some big payoffs are coming for the Judgment Day deep down the line. Becky Lynch recently appeared on Cody Rhodes' What Do You Want to Talk About podcast, and she opened up on the idea of a second pregnancy. Becky revealed that Rue is constantly asking about having a little brother. And Becky has said this about the entire situation, quote, "I'm really loving wrestling. I'm loving the acting roles that I'm getting. I kind of feel like momentum is on my side, and eventually I would love another one. We kind of got to figure that out." It's like the worst thing she could possibly say to me. She's like, when you're done working, when you're done making enough money, then can I have my little brother? End quote. Becky said that she still loves wrestling and loves what she does, but that growing a family would be just as amazing. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.